Hello and welcome to another episode of Duos in Destiny, where two door-to-door solicitors are trying to spread the good word about Duos in Destiny, a Spelljammer campaign that's homebrewed here for you. Please tune in, because you are right now. Hear it on Duos in Destiny. Moreover, I am Logan, the Dungeon Master, and I'd like to give a very special shout out to two other solicitors. Jason Wardell of In the Vast Forest on Spotify and Bandcamp. You can hear his dulcet tones narrating our adventures through the streets. And while you're checking out other solicitors, you should check out Roll for Sketching on Instagram. Her artwork is all hand drawn, and it is what we use for all of our artwork here on the show. Between the logo, the avatars, the character art, the ship art, absolutely everything that we ask her for, she nails it. And so I recommend you reach out to her. Instead of letting her come to your door, you go to hers on Instagram at Roll for Sketching, and you knock and you say, "Hey, I would like you to draw me something up," and she just might. She just might.
She just might.
But with all that being said, I'm going to pass it over to this guy.
Hello, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. My name is Brandon, and I'm your player here on Commander's Log, and welcome back to episode number 59. Can you believe it?
I wasn't ready.
Can you believe it? 59 episodes. Thank you for joining us yet again for this lovely adventure Karson Halbrand has found himself on as the story ever delves deeper and deeper into the depths of mystery and despair. That was very grim. Thank you for joining us. If you're here, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you can always find our podcast and moreover our long rest episodes that come out every Saturday. Check the description for all of our socials down there. We've got all the main ones plus the Spotify. If you need to be able to easily listen to a podcast there instead of watching it, spoiler alert, Spotify is actually pretty cool. You can watch it there too because we upload the full video. And our Patreon's also there. If you feel ever so inclined to check that out and support our channel and you like what we do, head over there. We do put a lot of effort into the things that go in over there. And so hopefully you can find some things that might be beneficial for your home game on that side of life.
Check it out.
We will have a... nothing, excuse me. Missed thought there. All my sparks aren't sparking. But stick around for the mid-roll. That's what I was going to talk about. Was you'll be able to see Roll for Sketching's art firsthand on all those different things. So it's in the video itself. So you don't even have to go to our Instagram to see it. You can definitely go to hers to check it out and watch her do it. But you'll be able to see all the cool art that she's done for us. So you can see it firsthand. Other than that, I think it's about time, as I'm very excited to play it tonight. For last time on Commander's Log.
Commander's Log.
Last session, we were able to finally get that meeting we were searching for with the vultures. We met a very intriguing individual named Banks who was no help whatsoever. He was pessimistic to his own right. I get it. The city's been kind of in this lull for quite some time now. Years and years and years. And so many of the people don't really see a positive future happening. And he was one of those people for sure. Glass is half empty. Absolutely. At the present time, we don't really see any allyship with the vultures coming our way. That's okay. As we made our way back to the safe house, kind of got some rest. In the morning, we saw rallies of these runners and skitters heading towards the northeast, which is where the harvesters are. Moreover, really just the farms, lots of innocent lives. So what did we do? We rallied the troops. We pulled some scorpion ships, some wasp ships, and our own skitter, and we headed that way in a hurry. We kind of, at the very end of the episode, we really just got there, started causing a little bit of mayhem, stopping things from happening. Several of the large houses, to exact, were on fire with some other ground fires happening. But as you can tell, to lay the scene a little bit before Logan does, is there is a lot of enemies. As almost all of this is enemies here, and that's me, and that's me. Oh wait, not even
Those are not.
Those are not me.
These three.
These
yep.
are me.
Yep.
So it's hairy, it's scary, and I probably should have some dairy. But with that being said, I'll cheese it over to you, Logan.
I am Terry. I don't know. I was like
it.
something to rhyme. Yes. So that's exactly where we're going to pick up on.
Pick it up.
When you had arrived, I'll just kind of set the scene for everybody, just as a recap. Essentially, every one of these larger tiles is a skitter. It seems that the Dust Devils have really sent the majority of their forces out here to lay siege to the harvesters. Not only do you have the skitters, but you also have the runners that are spread throughout and kind of like just generally causing havoc. There are 3 skitters that are parked near the back that are not moving and look unoccupied at the current moment. There is various damage spread throughout the force of the Dust Devils that are attacking, but for the most part, when you showed up with your scorpions and began to pick them up and repeatedly drop them, that is the most damage that has been done to
we did do that.
the force. You sure did. It was a move that I was not expecting, and I greatly like.
Thank you.
You do have your forces of 3 scorpions that have kind of been chilling out over here. They just got done taking out a handful of runners. You have your 2 wasp ships, you on one, Pizor on the other, and then the skitter hanging out in the back that you had said is essentially there to help evacuate as many innocents as you possibly can.
Yes.
The skitter is pretty much fully loaded with crew and capable fighters that you had brought along, because you brought a fighting force of about 75 people spread throughout your scorpions, your wasps, and then largely concentrated in the skitter itself. When you did arrive, you basically followed the trail, not only the dust trail that the runners and skitters had kicked up, but you also followed the bright burning beacon of what you came to see as 2 mansion kind of manors absolutely ablaze. One is borderline completely burned down at this point. The one that you and Pizor are currently hovering over with the wasp ships is on fire. The fire is continually spreading. There is fire that is spreading throughout this side and kind of further into the fields on the other way. Amidst the skitters and the runners out here, there is absolute panic. You see a mix of dust devils, harvesters, and innocents running this way and that. Everybody on their own agenda at this point, and just pure panic. And with that, what I am going to do is I'm going to ask for an initiative roll from you.
Okay. I think I have a +1. Oh, yes, 12. Sorry.
12. Okay, perfect. You will go big K. Perfect. So, with that in mind, the way this combat is going to work is a little bit different than your typical combat.
You're not going to run every single one individually?
Surprisingly, no.
We'll see you back here in episode 74 as we get to round 7.
Right, yeah. I was going to say that would surely take way too much time and way too much coordination that I just simply do not want to manage. So we're going to do it a little bit differently, where the individual scenes of what's going on, there's going to be obviously things going on in the background every round. Various things will change throughout the rounds.
Okay.
But for the most part, what we're going to focus on is what you directly are impacting.
Okay.
So whatever it is that you're attempting to orchestrate will go through.
Okay.
So at the top of the initiative is the wasp ships. So I basically pre-rolled initiative for the other groups within. What do you want the wasp ships? Wasp is such a horrible word in the plural form. I hate it.
Waspices.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What do you want the waspices ships to be doing as this combat is really kicking into high gear?
As this combat's kicking into high gear, I really want the war ships to Golly. So the amount of people on foot in this scene is what? Are we talking like hundreds? I mean, is it so jam packed in here that like they're running over people? You know, like
the Dust Devils that arrived, they're definitely avoiding getting ran over and trampled by the Skitters and Runners. But the Skitters and Runners are not on the lookout for the Innocents by any means. If I was to throw a number out there in terms of make a perception check, I suppose.
Sure.
That'd be a good way to go about this.
16.
16, okay.
Should be -1.
Base as you scan the battlefield, you see that there is a very large fighting force of harvesters that have posted up in this building over here. The harvesters themselves have not really pushed out of the building. They're definitely in like a stand your ground kind of mode. You do know there's some fire, not actual fire, but like firefighting that is happening from harvesters in the building that you're directly hovering over.
Okay.
But the bulk of their forces are in this building. You're unsure of their numbers. The Innocents, they're really hard to get a hold of, but you see them just about everywhere you look, darting and weaving, trying to make their way away from the fires. Obviously, this entire portion over here is largely ablaze at the current moment. So for the most part, people are running that way,
Okay.
knowing that this harbors no safety here. If I was to throw a number to the Innocents, I'd probably say around 40 you would see running around in this area. They're slowly making their way that way. In terms of the Dust Devils, let's see, you would probably see somewhere between 100 and 200 individuals on the ground.
Darn. Okay. So
Yes.
a lot.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. If I recall correctly, Zage is piloting mine.
Yes,
Yeah, and
Zage is
Zulu's
piloting
the other one.
yours. Arifa?
Oh, there's Arifa.
Yeah,
Okay, there's
Arifa was
Arifa and
piloting Pizors, and then Zulu and another one of the River Swept
Very
were
good.
piloting the Skitter.
Perfect.
And then there was three River Swept spread throughout the Scorpions. I have the other numbers written down technically. So 5 River Swept on the Scorpions, so 2 backup jammers essentially.
Yeah.
3 River Swept in the Skitter, so there is 1 backup in there. And then Zage and Arifa in each Wasp ship, respectively.
Excuse me. Okay. I guess ultimately, I will, in this moment, yell to Zage.
Yes.
Zage, if you think you can, get us down there to collect the innocent lives and try to pull them away. Only if you think you can without putting us in too much harm's risk. I'll pop shots when I can. Have everybody else on the ship up to the deck that can fit, which I can probably get on top of the Wasp.
The Wasp ships are very small.
Is there 1 deck or is there 2?
Technically, there is 1 deck on top. Let me pull up the actual sheet for them. The Wasp ships themselves have I think it's like a 10 by 10 deck on top where
Is it in the Abram book?
No, it
Okay.
is not.
Okay.
I don't know if there's actually any 2024 published spell jamming content that I have found. It is all from the Spelljammer book
From
that was
2014?
released. Yeah, in the 2014 5e cycle as
Yeah,
opposed
sorry.
to.
You know what I meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is a 4 deck of the Wasp ships, which is essentially a triangle of about 15 feet long, 15 feet wide at the back end of it. That has no weapons, but it is a place where people can stand. You could possibly be up there. It's wherever you would best think fit. That would probably be the most case for you not to be in the way. Because on the weapon deck, it is essentially a 5-foot wide walkway by 15 foot long. And at the end of it is the ballista. So there is 3 individuals operating those ballistas that are basically reloading, aiming, shooting the ballistas at once per turn.
So we have somebody there right now.
You do, yes.
Okay, very good. I would just say, whoever has rifles, if we can throw 2 or 3 more people probably up here comfortably in a 15 by 15 pretty comfortably. So even if we can get 5 people up there, probably. So Zage, send at least 5 more up with rifles that it can, and have the other ones ready to aid. And let's do this. Let's save who we can. We're gonna have to cover from a distance. Try to skim down numbers while we can.
Okay, perfect. If you were to give a general direction of where you want him to move,
I would say in that eastern direction. So
Okay.
if they're running here,
yes,
try to save them. If these guys are like starting to pay attention, mind to them and stuff, save who we can, and I can pop shots, what we can at this row and try to, if we're kind of like funnel.
Yeah, for sure.
Bit.
The wasp ships. Goodness gracious, I hate it. They have a movement speed of 50 feet per round. Previously, I had dictated that these squares are 15 foot. So we'll say that per round you can move 30 as your regular movement. 3 squares as your regular movement. If you wanted to dash as the jammer, you can extend that by an extra 3 foot or an extra 3 squares. So if the wasp ship is going this way, do you want to go just as a crow's path out, or do you want to kind of like skirt the entire danger?
One of these houses probably approximately a 30 to 40 range about the peak, like 3-ish floors.
It's easily about 4 floors.
Okay.
So it's about like 40 to 50 feet tall.
So the peak of the roof is over 50 feet then?
Yes.
So probably 50 to 60 at peak?
Yep.
So yeah, I would say we just stay above peak.
Okay, perfect.
And I'm going to pop Eldritch Blast
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to put you, we'll just set you right there. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
We'll kind of make room
sure,
for you.
Okay.
What do you want Pizor and Arifa to do? If not, you can just tell me, hey, you handle that, and that's totally fine.
I would, if we could communicate to them, I would ask them to do the same thing.
Okay, cool. They're going to kind of split off this way. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In that round, you can absolutely, when you're looking to fire off your Eldritch Blasts, your Ballistas, and your rifles,
Yeah, perfect.
what are you looking to impact the most? Are you focusing on the runners
Small.
or the skitters?
Small first.
Individuals.
I would imagine that I can't do much damage to a skitter, right? Like, given that I've kind of have firsthand experience on them now, I would imagine that me popping rifle shots and maybe my Eldritch Blast, knowing that I have some type of arcane ability, would like I might be able to wither it down in the next year.
Yeah.
But like in immediate, it's gonna have to be we should start the weakest, work our way up. So
Correct.
Given that the runners are kind of open-ended vehicles, whether I disable the vehicle or disable the individuals running the vehicle, at least I can cause a reaction.
Yes.
That's where my mind would be at.
Okay. So you're aiming for the runners.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. What I'll have you do is I'll have you roll 3 d20. One for you, one for the rifles, one for the ballista.
Okay.
And then I will do the same on my end.
2 plastics for me. Metal is rifle. Do you want me to add anything?
For the ballista roll, add a +6.
Okay.
For the rifles, add a +4.
So one rolls me.
Yes.
One. Okay. So I'm gonna do Karson dice, which is the Karson dice. So I rolled a 17 plus mine. So I'd assume that would hit. It's like plus 9.
Yes, absolutely.
8, I think. The other 2 are crud. So you said, let me write that down. +6 for ballista.
Yep.
And what for rifle, sir?
+4.
Yeah, they're both bad. They're both sub 10.
Okay. Unfortunately, those miss. What'd you get on your roll?
Like 24, 25.
Okay.
It's a 7 or an 8, I think.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. You are able to take pot shots at whoever you would like. You would know
focusing on runners.
that the runners themselves, the vehicles, are not the hardiest vehicles. They are mostly scrapped together. So kind of piled together with junk. Some are armored, some are not. But as a general statement, they're really mundane.
There's 4.
Several of them are not looking great. And then in
2.
terms of aiming at individual people on the runners, that is totally feasible. So you could aim for instance, the person piloting the runner.
With Zage zipping, Wasp, what'd you say we're moving?
50 feet per round. If you dash, it would be 100 feet. Scroll all the way down.
Why not? Oh,
That's the night spider.
is
So it goes in
different than Wasp?
alphabetical order.
Oh, that whole time I thought it was on Wasp. That makes more sense. Scorpion. There it goes. was like, oh, that looks very similar. I was like, the deck feels quite large. That doesn't quite make sense.
Yeah, it's the very last one.
Okay. So we're kind of zipping. So I would say I'm just aiming for mass. So I'm aiming probably for the ship. If I hit a person, I were. But given that there is HP on this, I want to be as completely fair as possible. So I rolled a hit dice. And this went 1 through 4. Since we're flying over 4 of them, I did roll 2. So I rolled to hit that one.
With your roll on the dice, I will 100% let you either hit the car or the runner or the pilot because it's higher than a 20.
That's a car.
Okay, perfect. Roll your damage.
Are we saying that both of my shots automatically hit, given this instance?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't get 3, do I? Now that I'm 11.
Oh man, it's 11th level, isn't it?
Yeah, let me see. I'd be so ecstatic.
That'd be wild.
Ooh, baby, I do.
You do. Excellent. Okay, cool. So definitely roll 3d10.
I gotta remember that.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's big.
Yeah. Huge.
Yeah. And so Eldritch Blast is a really cool cantrip.
Super cool.
15.
15 points of damage. Okay.
Yeah, no plus on that.
Excellent. As you do so, sorry, I just wrote the wrong number down. As you fire off your Eldritch Blast, the movement of the Wasp ship, you see most of your crew shots go wide and just kind of impacting all around. Definitely just in the crossfire, you do see several Dust Devils kind of fall. But your impact specifically is you smash into the runner, you pop a tire, and you see it go spinning and careening in its place.
Nice.
It's largely hindered for the time being.
It's definitely my shots are much more of an orange radiant gold.
Yeah.
Again, but there's like a stronger like orange to them.
Okay, excellent. In terms of this Wasp ship, they are taking your cue as you kind of lead the way and attack the runners there. As they're peeling off that way, they begin to also attack the runners. They're going to go ahead and just attack this one right here. So R13, 2 of the attacks hit. Pizor unfortunately missed, but the rifles and the Ballista, thank you.
Nice.
Ballista damage was a 3d10. Will you roll me 3d10 to save me a little bit of time?
Knight to E3.
Yes.
8 plus 1 plus 1. 10.
10. Okay, perfect. Okay, so with that, as they're following up behind you, the rifles pepper into the pilot, and you see the runner quickly loses control and goes careening off and crashes into the skitter's leg. Not only does that runner blow up in this small arcane explosion, essentially all of the pent-up energy within those crystals unleashes in this rupture. It takes out, I would call it 10 of the Dust Devils. Sorry, I was trying to make a note at the same time. It takes out 10 of the Dust Devils, and then it also smashes into the skitter. Will you roll me 5d10?
5d10?
Yeah.
But I've only got 4.
You want another?
No.
Okay.
I'll actually roll d100.
I like that.
You just want a total?
Yes, sir.
2, 4, 6, that's 10, 20, 27.
27. Okay, awesome. That breaks the threshold for the runner or the skitter itself.
Oh, sweet.
And then 290 minus 27 would put us at 263.
Yeah.
I really hope I'm right on that math.
You're correct.
Good. So, as that runner goes careening off, there's this large arcane explosion of what looks like pure lightning. Just explodes out from the runner itself, ending the Wasp's turn from there. The runners themselves, so you have completely hindered this one. These immediately start to scatter everywhere. The runners are very fast in comparison to everything else. Ironically enough, I looked up like movement speed to miles per hour. They're only about 10 miles per hour. So it's really not crazy, but at the same time, they can get where they're going when they need to. So
that's crazy. You could go sprint faster than that.
Yeah, technically. If you were to, let's see, how much is 15 divided by 100? That'd be closest to 90, which is...
It's 6.3 is
Yeah.
your total would be
Okay.
your number.
So 6 squares total.
6.6.
Yeah. Oh,
Excuse
of
me.
course. We just figured that one out for the wasps.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one doesn't go anywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These guys are all moving this way.
Okay.
6. And then... I'm just going to kind of group all of these together and move them in one cohesive unit. So they start to funnel not only towards where you guys are at. There's not a... It is night, of course. The largest source of light is coming from this blaze. So you guys are noticeable, and you definitely draw yourselves a little bit of attention from you swooping from up above these buildings. But at the same time, the scorpion ships that are... I'll place them on the map here because that's where the last runners were at. These scorpion ships are also drawing a little bit of ire, but the runners are not getting close to them. It's more of like the skitters focusing on them themselves. So that is the runner's turn there. I'm going to have you roll me a D100 if you wouldn't mind.
70.
70, okay.
Just so you want a solid number?
Yes.
79.
79, okay. Cool, okay. As all of the runners, there is just gunfire erupting. Between firing into the buildings, firing at you guys. Luckily for you, the wasp ships completely avoid all damage. There are only a few of the runners that actually do draw straight towards you, and you can kind of hear the bullets whizzing through the air, but the wasp ships completely survive unscathed. In terms of whatever's going on elsewhere, you just know there's a hail of gunfire going straight towards those buildings. Ending that turn is your turn specifically, which we just ran with the wasp ships, so we'll skip it for this time. I'll probably just, as long as you're on the wasp ship, if you just want to have your initiative with there, we'll keep it that way.
Okay.
If you ever leave the wasp ship and do anything else, we'll split it off and put you right at that 12 initiative.
Okay.
But that moves us into the skitters. These skitters are going to, let's see, this one just starts to turn itself slowly, as does these two. Will you roll me another D100? D100.
82.
82, okay. Once again, as these two skitters in particular are trying to, or I guess these three, are trying to pepper the scorpion ships. The scorpion ships you can hear in the distance getting pinged all over with bullets. But luckily, it seems like the armor is robust enough to not be taking a lot of damage there. The skitters, truthfully, aren't going to move too much amounts. However, this one does move forward and start to unleash an inferno that begins to burn down this building there.
Lovely. Okay.
There's too much runners going on here, so this one's just kind of going to come up there. And this one we're going to move over that way. Perfect. Ending the skitters goes over to your own personal skitter. The orders here were to evacuate, right?
Yeah, for military to come out, get position, and then put as many innocents as we can to evacuate out.
Perfect. Okay, where would
So,
you like
I'll
your
say
militia military
to
force?
start holding up to get into this hallway here, alley or road, and either if they can get into a building as they're trying to evacuate people out, holding up in the buildings.
Okay, perfect.
But not tying themselves in, hopefully, to where they're going to be in.
I would allow them to move there.
Okay.
In terms of doorways, there is a door, like a large set of doors here.
Okay.
There are also doors on the back side, and then some on each of these sides here. And then over here, there's doors there, and a very large door here, and there.
Okay.
And then we'll work. It's pretty much reflected across each one of them. These are almost cookie cutter there. Do you have some of your forces dispersed into these buildings?
Start telling
Okay.
people to
Perfect.
come out.
About what percentage would go into the buildings and start pulling people out? What percentage
10%.
would? Okay, perfect. So the bulk of everybody is moving forward.
Yeah.
The small portion is taken care of here.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I like that. Ending.
And I would say the skitter, if I may be so bold,
Yes.
moved its way into like a position to
Okay. Yeah, for
kind of
sure.
block / allow that easy
Yeah.
loading. So
Absolutely. Perfect. Ending that turn is to the Scorpions. You want them to continue doing what they're doing, picking up and dropping the runners.
can they pick up a skitter
They could not. Far from it.
from a two man?
No, they do not have the carrying capacity for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
The skitters are 100 feet long and massive amounts of iron.
Okay.
And you would know just from when you piloted it, it is a bulk. It is essentially a train, and these are like a semi.
For sure.
So,
I would say the Scorpions are going to start working their way this way, seeing that the mass is moving through this direction.
yeah.
Because instead of trying to chase them, we're going to try to cut them off.
Okay, cool.
So I don't remember how high they would have been at the point because we just dropped off those ones. So if they were still above the building, yeah, they definitely would move above.
Okay, perfect. And they would still be above at that
Okay.
point. I kind of hand waved the movement last time for them, but they do only have a 30-foot fly speed.
Okay.
So they would dash the 60, but also to pick them up and drop them
Sure.
would pretty much be their full turn
Yeah.
of movement. So that ends that first round of combat. As we start the next initiative, this fire is going to continue to spread. I will say that it moves at a pace of half the squares each time.
Okay.
So this one is going to begin to spread over that way as well.
Become Super Saiyan.
That brings us to the top of the initiative with you piloting the Wasp ships. Yours, Pizor's, same orders?
Yeah. I don't know what else. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't really want to get out.
Absolutely. Roll 3d20 for me. Obviously, +6 for the ballista, +4 for the whatever you want to call those. Rifles.
Let me actually tell you what I have. So I have a 22.
Okay. Yep.
Ballista has a 16, and rifles only have an 8.
Okay. Rifles miss, but the ballista and you do hit. So I'll roll the ballista damage just to save a little bit of time. That's 3d10. What do you want the ballistas aiming at?
We are on that side. The ballista's where on the thing? Is it on the back?
It is basically perched right on the top.
Okay.
Like
So it's facing forward.
yes. And they would have like basically a 360-degree rotation available to them as well. I don't see any point why they wouldn't.
How far is that damage? How far is that distance?
They have a 120 standard distance.
Okay. So 120 is 1520. Okay. Yeah, I would say they probably are shooting over here.
Okay, perfect. Are they what you rolled less than a 20?
16.
Okay, perfect. So that's going to hit the skitter or the runner itself for 16 points of damage, which is a pretty hefty blow.
Yeah, for sure.
40 minus 16 is 24.
Am I able to, knowing that this is getting really rough, am I able to split my shots?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I'll throw 1 down at that one, praying.
Okay, roll 1d10.
4.
Okay. You launch one Eldritch Blast down at that one. It smacks into it, and you can see it's basically almost comes to a complete stop. You could have hit the pilot if you wanted to, or you could hit the runner. It's whichever.
I'm trying to break the runner. I want to like dismantle the machine.
Okay. You see immediately start to throw off sparks, and 2 of the individuals that are on the back on like the turret portion bail.
Okay. And then I threw the other 2 over here.
Okay.
For 14 total.
14.
2
Very
sevens.
nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So
10 hit points left on that guy there. This one just has the
Uno.
1 hit point, hilariously. It always seems to be that way, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay.
It does.
You do have your movement. So
yeah, we'll keep. Now I would. So we go 6?
Yep.
I'm going to go 5. And still stay about 45 feet in the air, 50 feet in the air.
Yep, perfect. Okay. And then Pizor and Arifa are heading off basically in straight east from that current location. Ending the Wasp turns.
Are they going to pop any damage out?
They did, yes. I did the damage to...
You did the damage for me, for my ballista.
Oh, I sure did, yes.
So they haven't hit in anything yet.
Pizor hit, and so did the ballista. So roll me 3d10, and then I'll roll Pizor's damage here.
14 on 3d10.
Okay, excellent. Nine points of damage. They would have... Let's see. Okay, so as Pizor is running this way,
Yeah, he's coming
he
from,
takes
like,
out
here, so.
this runner here.
Okay.
So he finishes the job behind you. You see like a ghostly spectral flame erupt from that runner, and then it explodes, taking out 5 more Dust Devils. And then the ballista is going to hit that one. You rolled what on your D?
14.
14, okay. So this one barely hanging on as it gets hit with the ballista before they start to run away. Ending the Wasp turn over to the runners themselves. They are going to move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're starting to round the corner there. 6. And then bulk move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Okay. Ending the runner's turn, I need a D100 from you, sir.
6, 7.
Oh, idiot. Okay, once more, as the runners are running around, they are not able to impact the Scorpions, especially from this vantage point. Scorpions are completely safe. You and the Wasp ships, also safe.
Good.
However, they are still blasting away at all of these buildings within. From that point, we move past the runners. Your still initiative is tied to the Wasps.
Yes.
And then the Skitters themselves. These 2 Skitters are... One Skitter is going to start going down this way. This one's going to stay where it's at. Would you roll another D100 for me?
47.
47. Okay. You notice that specifically this Skitter is hard on the trail of this Wasp ship right there.
Okay.
And then this Skitter over here begins to burn that corner of the building,
Okay.
setting that ablaze and hoping to spread more fire from that. That is the Skitters. And then from there, continuing on to you and your Skitter crew back here. These people, as soon as those runners... Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Roll... You said there is...
10% didn't go in. So say if we had 70 people, we had 70 total between all the ships.
Yes.
So there's probably like 45 that are on the Skitter at least.
Yeah.
So 40 of them are running through the streets.
Yeah, absolutely.
35 to 40.
Roll me 4d20.
4 d20s?
Yeah. I'll just make you roll this for me. I was going to split them up, but I'll make you do it.
3 10s and a 16 on the dice.
3 10s and a 16. Okay, and those would be a +4. The runner's AC is at 15. So
are you
one
kidding
hit,
me?
Yeah. 1 hits, and I will have you roll me 2d8.
So would one be a group of 8?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, if I have 40 people running through the streets with rifles and shooting,
Oh, yes.
and I rolled 40-20, would one group be 8 people?
Essentially, yeah.
11 total.
Okay, perfect. This runner, as soon as it gets to this point, explodes. They basically round the corner, and as soon as they can, everybody pulls their fire to him. This guy explodes immediately. I had 5d10. Is that correct?
2d8 is what you just told me.
No, whenever the last skitter blew up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, roll 5d10 for me.
Do we want to keep that there, by the way? I was going to ask that question. Because since it's permanent, or not the correct word, do we just flip it upside down or something?
I like that.
Because since it might cause a...
It's going to cause a traffic jam. Yeah. Absolutely.
Permanent? What word am I looking for?
I don't know.
Me neither. I've got 16, 17, 20, 26 on 5d10, right in the middle.
Okay.
Law of averages.
You said 26?
26.
Okay, excellent.
Not ideal, actually, because it's blowing up the
see
building.
a chain reaction. As soon as that turns the corner, you hear this hail of gunfire. One skitter explodes in a rupture of lightning. Immediately the runner. Immediately the runner behind it also explodes because that had 6 hit points. It was very low. And then that sets off again, exploding, impacting this one and leaving this one limping along.
Perfect.
It does do a good deal of damage to the buildings themselves.
Okay.
Luckily, your folk are safe from where they're at. Essentially, they'd be in that square, and then they were right there. So your folks are all safe. There is a large amount of damage that's being done to the buildings themselves, but you probably don't care. And that goes into, in terms of the civilians, I will have you roll a D100 once more.
7D.
7D, even?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
It's wild. I'm staying... And, I've rolled the D100, 4 times? And I've rolled between 67 and 82 every time. Oh, no, I rolled a low one, didn't I? Just kidding. I take it back.
Then, give me 2 seconds. Okay, perfect. That ends your skitter's turn. Comes to the scorpions. They are continuing this way?
Yeah, I think it's necessary.
Okay, yep. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, they're back, right?
Say what?
30 feet. They can go back one more. No, back towards you one.
If you wanted, you can make them dash to...
That would be dashing. It's 15 feet per, so I'd have 60 feet of movement. So I'd
You're
have 4
absolutely...
squares.
Yes,
so
okay.
I don't want to cheat.
Sorry, thank you. When they get to this corner, they do have mangonels aboard. Mangonels and ballista. So they're more than capable of unleashing them. I'd say these two are probably within the alley that you couldn't see them, but this guy is available.
Yeah, we smoke them. I guess I'd say this I at least can see him.
Absolutely, yeah. D20.
2 D20s in.
Yes, sir. And that's a +5.
+5?
Yep.
17 and 8.
Okay, that absolutely hits. Why did I say 2 D20? I meant 1.
Well, don't I get a roll for mangonel and ballista?
Oh,
or
yes.
Just one or the other?
You could do both.
Okay, I would.
Yeah, because there's crew enough to do it on the scorpions.
I should have rolled them independently to know which one's which, because probably only one hits right. The 17 does. Yep. So, fair with me rolling a D20. What 11 to 20 will be mangonel. 1 to 10.
Sure.
18.
Okay, so mangonel.
Yes.
Excellent. I would make you roll damage, but you cannot roll low enough because it's 5d10.
Oh, that's...
This explodes in another lightning eruption. Why do you say no?
I'm just blowing up the buildings myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm coming to save people.
For all intents and purposes, I will say this corner here has become rubble.
Yeah. This
corner here is all rubble, and then everything over here is
Grandma's
now
just in there
rubble.
Making cookies.
Yeah, absolutely. She's having a bad time, that's for sure. If Grandma's taking a little cookie break there.
Yeah.
That is the scorpion's turn. And you good there?
Yeah, I got the shiver, Everyone gets those random shivers now.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I need to update the death toll on the runners. So that was 4, 10, so 12 extra there. Okay, excellent. That would bring us to the top of the round. Back to you on the wasp ships.
Okay. Let's do. Ballista's definitely going to focus this one, so I'm going to roll that one first just to do it.
For sure.
Darn. That's a 10. So skitters off that, pun intended, as it
I like that.
launches just over top, right between that and the skitter, goes like underneath the leg as it hits the ground. What else do I have? Riflemen.
Yep, you have the rifles and then yourself.
Okay. The riflemen will focus that way as well. Golly. That's a 14 plus 4, so that's an 18.
18 is going to hit.
What's the damage dice on rifles?
It is 2d8.
Oh, 14. 8 and a 6.
Very nice. Okay.
The d8s are living up well. So 14 damage to this guy.
14 damage to that one. Okay, excellent. There is another eruption of lightning. Roll me 5d10.
Absolutely.
We'll flip that guy over. Oh no, there's secret messages on the back side.
Is there actually?
It was scribblings that I had done on this a long time
For
ago.
me only. Simple math. 24.
24 points of damage.
Law of
Excellent.
averages is killing me.
So 50 minus 24 puts us at 26. And then 263 minus 24 puts us at 239.
Correct.
You know how embarrassing it'd be if we were both wrong at the math?
No, we're spot on.
That is, did you do an attack?
Not me yet.
Okay.
So this one blew up.
Yes.
As we start to swing down into here, I'll go for this one that causes a chain reaction on this side. I will go for that one.
For sure. Okay.
Come on. Natural 20. No, terrible. 13.
13 is going to miss. As you start hucking them down, they just and miss every single one of them, a couple bouncing off. You see even the lances of that eruption of lightning energy unleashing from those crystals kind of bats away one of those eldritch blasts itself. You've got your movement.
I just want to stay. We're going to try to kind of stay up and right above these guys.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
With the other wasp ship, you notice it takes a tactical move and hovers directly above the skitter and just kind of gets out of the range of the guns. Because you would know from your experience, the guns come off of each side. Right. So they can't really pivot directly above it. So they target themselves right above. They're going to aim for these runners in that area. Unfortunately, they rolled pretty terribly except for the rifles. So I'm going to drop 2d8 for 13 points of damage to R4.
Okay.
That is, I said 13, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 27 left.
Yes, sir. Okay, perfect. With the end of the wasp ships, we're going to cut to a quick break.
Oh, okay.
It happened real quick.
Yeah.
I looked down and I was like, wow, this is about the perfect timing for a break.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys so far for joining us for episode 59 of Commander's Log. We're in the thick of it, and we're going to continue in the thick of it. When we come back, stay tuned for mid-roll. And welcome back to episode 59 of Commander's Log.
Commander.
You caught us here right after the mid-roll of Thick of the Battle. And we're going to just dive right back into it. Before we did take the break, I did forget at the top of the initiative round, the fire is spreading. So I added that to the maps right there. So the fire has spread for this round. We just got done taking the first initiative roll with the wasp ships. So we go to the runners themselves. These two come to a hard stop with nowhere to go. There's basically a massive pile up in front. There are two that are chasing that end up in the alley as well.
Lovely.
And then these guys are all going to continue around this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then they're going to go that way. Okay. Will you roll me a D100?
7 and 47.
47. Okay. Once more, their guns are ineffective against the wasps. Largely, they're not able to target you guys. The scorpions are well out of range, aside from these ones. But then again, they also are able to escape all the damage. However, they do continue to fire into the building there. So, will you roll me 2d20?
5 and 18.
5 and 18. Okay, excellent. As the runners are scattered, but also in a traffic jam over here in the alley, that ends their turn. It is going to the skitters themselves. They are going to continue over this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, they need to go back 1. They're just going to basically create the train there. So, a bit of a traffic jam happening there. These guys are going to attempt to move. Okay. From that, I will have you roll me another D100.
23.
23. Okay. With that, the wasp ships each take 30 points of damage. This one specifically is able to attack your ship, and then these ones over here are targeting the wasp ship. So you guys start to take some pretty heavy fire, and you notice that a lot of the skitters are focusing on you guys yourselves. So that was where you were at. And then this one here. Kabam. Okay, excellent. Ending the skitter's turns, it is to your skitter.
Same action.
Yeah, so I guess in terms of your crew, they just created a massive pile up over there. And then the skitters to their back. They can pick their way through the pile up and continue through. The fact that they're on their feet, they could definitely squeeze through the alleys without impeding any of their movement.
Yeah, I guess being 15 feet wide. I would say that this would be a time where they'd almost... Yeah, so how far can they go? 15... That's 30.
Yep.
So that's their movement. Are we given any type of less movement before that, or is 15 feet wide enough? Not that much of a deal.
It wouldn't be that big of a deal.
So they'd probably rush. So we probably go like 30, so then 15, 30. And at this point, you probably have some going this way, and then some would start peeling off to face this way.
So what I'll do there is I'll change the color to basically do a split. So some of them are going that way, and this will represent half of the other half.
Okay.
Where'd my purple go? And then they're coming over that way, and then I will throw a small amount in these here because they are actively trying to.
Yeah, so the army is moving back to the alleyway between the back two buildings, separating out left and right to focus on the different alleys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
Ending your crew's turn, it is over to the scorpions. What do you want the scorpions doing from here?
I would say we're going down to grab one.
Okay, excellent. So the buildings were 50 feet tall. This would be really the only one that can go all the way down, grab it, and we'll just stack them on top of each other for all intents and purposes. That means they swooped down and are able to actually grapple onto the runner itself. I had something written down for how that would work.
And then this one will start moving down this way.
Will you roll me a d20?
And then I'll say these guys both went off the roof and it came down like 30 feet. So they're still like 20 feet off the ground.
Okay, perfect.
I guess it only moved them 40-ish feet. So maybe they're like 10 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
But they're probably going to take pop shots at that, I would assume.
Okay, so they basically completely impede the path of the skitter right there?
To a certain extent. They're going to, like, as they come down, they're going to shoot towards that thing.
Yeah.
One after the other. As they climb over, they'll shoot towards it. And then they'll get down 10 feet. So, yeah. And what'd you ask me to roll?
A d20. That would be for the scorpion trying to grab a hold of the runner.
Natural 20.
Right on. Okay, yeah, absolutely no issue in the slightest. I'm surprised that's somehow the first natural 20 we've rolled.
I just thought about that same thing.
Yeah, tonight.
Even, on either side of the coin.
Yeah, because we've rolled, multiple d20s.
A fair amount.
Each time the wasps go.
Funny enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, excellent. So no problem there. Absolutely, they're able to swoop down, grab hold of the runner there. These guys are attacking here.
Yep.
Okay. That would be 2 mangonels, 2 ballista attacks. So I'll just have you roll all 4 d20s.
Okay. Mangonel, ballista's blue.
Yep, sure.
So we'll go first one. 11 plus whatever for the mangonel.
Mangonel's 5.
So 16 and ballista's a 2.
Okay. Both attacks go bouncing off the tough armored shell of the skitter itself.
Okay, let's go dice box this time. 15 on the mangonel and then 5 on the ballista.
15 total?
No, I don't know what.
It's a +5, so that would
30,
hit.
20.
Yeah, that actually just breaks their AC. So with that in mind, roll me 5d10. You said the ballista's not enough there?
No, 5 on the dice. So 6, 7, 15, 25, 32.
32 points of damage. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
So that would put it down to 248 hit points on that guy there. Okay, excellent. That would end the scorpion's turn. One thing that the scorpions are now ground level. We're going to throw a man into the mix that you would not be aware of, technically.
They are technically still above 10 feet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
This man gives no cares.
No, that's fine. I just want to make sure that was
yes,
for
absolutely.
sure above any person on the ground. So.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we'll just leave him right there for now. Okay, so that brings us to the top of the round. Back to you, Karson, Hallebrand. Before we do that, thank you for reminding me.
Fire.
The fire continues to spread.
This one. Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Oh, so much better. Okay, now it is over to you in the wasp ships. You guys are starting to get harried by the skitters, and you can tell that the majority of these are at your attention. This one's actively going away from you, but these guys right here are focused on you.
Yeah, we're gonna buzz. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
As we roll around, ballista's gonna shoot at that one.
For sure.
Shit, rolled the blue. It keeps messing me up. Okay, that was bad. 2 on the dice. So the ballista misses. The rifleman will unload on that one as well. That's another 2. Wow. That's a lot of 2s in a row. Okay. Crazy. And then I'm going to roll for Eldritch Blast. 7, 14, so I miss.
Goodness gracious. Okay.
Cool. What a 2 wasted turns in back to back. Gotta love that.
However, don't worry, they're doing a little bit of something over there. It goes down to 18.
Gosh, dang. That is quite rough.
13 plus 9 would be... 13 plus 9 is 22.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. As Pizor and his crew run away from this area, they unleash all that they can at one of the runners in particular and start to heavily damage that guy there. Anything else from the Wasp ships there?
No, I
Okay.
think that's it.
Taking a cue from you, the Wasp ship with Arifa and Pizor do go back over that building, and they kind of get out of that main thoroughfare of combat, I suppose. Over to the runners there. These runners are going to focus all of their fire on the Scorpion ship. So I will have you roll me 3 D100s, if you wouldn't mind, considering it is close combat at this current moment.
92, 37, 32.
Okay, excellent. In this corner, and most importantly for all of your people that are kind of rounding the alleyway there, it is an absolute hailfire of bullets that are trying to take out the Scorpion, and it is just a ting, 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 ting. Can't chip away into the armor. Their armored hull is more than sturdy enough to take all these hits. So no damage to the Scorpion there. These guys are, for all intents and purposes, mostly stuck. We'll say these guys do a little J-turn and start to get out of the alleyway there. But otherwise, that is the other runners over here. And then these guys here. Okay, and that was all my runners there. Ending their initiative goes over to the Skitters. The Skitter is going to continue.
Gosh,
Okay, excellent. They're actually going to come this way. Perfect. Ending. Truthfully, the Skitters don't have any line of sight on the Wasps or you, because you're basically directly above them at that point. And the other Skitters are not focused on you from where they're at. How far is the number 8 Skitter from you?
Me?
Yeah.
15, 20, 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, somewhere in that 90-foot range,
Okay.
100-foot range.
I'm going to roll
I guess if I'm up a little bit, probably closer to 100 feet.
Okay. I'm going to roll a D100 in that case here. 55. Okay. You can tell that they're trying to fire upon you, but with no success there. That ends their turn. Where did I say the door was?
You said it would mimic those, so you'd be like the 5 feet in.
Okay.
So you have to go through my group of men.
Yeah.
He is going through my group of men?
Yes, he does. He basically is dashing past all of them.
Is he a bad guy?
No.
Oh, it's Seamus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who you would technically not know is here because you left him behind, or so you thought.
Yeah.
Yep. Ending Seamus's turn, it goes over to your crew. For starters, I will have you roll me a D100 for the rescue effort.
85.
85, okay. Then from there, what do you want your foot soldiers to be doing?
Well, these guys will definitely fire upon this first one then.
For sure, okay.
On that
roll. You said it was
If we had 40, that'd be about 20 per group.
Okay, perfect. Roll me 2d20.
You all are traitors here. 7 and 2 on the dice.
7 and 2. Okay. In the chaos of the firefight, they're not able to take down anything on the skitters themselves.
Goodness.
The other crew that I believe you had heading that way, is that going to continue? Do these guys move at all?
Golly. No. No, because that's just a fatal funnel, and they wouldn't give themselves into that. So
Okay.
they'll stay put as more of a guard in the position.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Maybe if we can get into this rubble, maybe there'd be a certain amount trying to get in here to figure out if they can find somebody.
Roll a D20 for me. That will be essentially
15.
Yeah, absolutely. So depending if you want to push all of them in there or if you just want a small contingent to go in there.
I'd be like splitting probably another 5 to go in there.
Okay, perfect. That is where I will grab one of my gray ones. There is definitely enough people able to push in to start, because there was a doorway there. It's collapsed at that point. So they're able to push in to some extent into that building and start exploring it, which is currently on fire. That is your crew's action.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, roughly, right? And then that takes us to the scorpions themselves. Obviously, we can start off with the scorpion.
Whee!
Perfect. Okay. 60 feet straight up, and they drop it right back
60
down.
60 feet at an angle.
60 feet at an angle. What angle?
This way.
This way. Okay, perfect.
So boom, boom, boom to 60. And then at the top, when we have projection, we're going to throw it.
Okay, excellent. What are you aiming for when you throw it?
Nothing. I mean, if I could hit a skitter, sure.
Yeah.
But if can't.
Roll a D20. I keep trying to say D100. Roll a D20 for me just for the aiming of the skitter.
13.
13. Okay. You're not able to impact it directly, but you do hit this space right here, so they'll get some of the impact. You said 60 feet at an angle. How far over? Like, are you going to this space and then letting go?
It'd be like trying to go up over the corner, probably. Just like releasing as we get the momentum, we're going up over the corner of that house, the manor. We'd releasing it then, so like arching it.
Okay.
Going.
Would it be fair to say it would probably land in this area then, as opposed?
No, I'd be aiming this way towards
Okay.
you at a catty corner. So like,
Oh,
aiming,
okay.
going like this, knowing that there's, because they know how many skitters were coming over here. So knowing
Yeah.
that there's that many skitters coming from that direction, and they would have also seen the other ones blowing up and exploding.
For sure.
So
Okay. Perfect. So
knowing that they have a free bomb to a certain extent.
you basically stop the scorpion's movement on the corner of the house.
Yeah, pretty much.
These go flying out this way and land back over here. So roll me 5d10.
Gosh darn it. 8. Oh, that was not a 10. I think it was a 4. 16, 20, 27, 31.
31. Okay.
31 points.
Excellent.
Of damage. Phew. Good job, Scorpion.
Okay. Excellent. They throw the runner down, and the blast impacts into the back of the skitter, which doesn't seem to mind too much, but it definitely does do quite a good bit of damage to that skitter itself. You take another runner out of the fight. These scorpions here, what are they doing?
Scooping.
Perfect.
So that is one, right?
Yes.
Okay, he's going to scoop this one.
Okay, and that would be 15, basically 30 feet of
Yep.
movement, so they can get 30 feet up at that point.
Do I have to try to grab it, though?
Yes, you do.
15 on the dice.
Okay, absolutely.
Okay.
If you wanted to start taking up the elevation, you definitely could. We'll just kind of like knock them sideways like that, showing you're no longer on the ground because you have 30 more feet of movement.
Yeah,
with that.
I don't think they'd release him yet.
Okay,
This probably wasn't quite high enough.
perfect.
So the front of these skitters, they have like a blowtorch then?
Essentially, yeah.
Would a scorpion claw be able to potentially break it?
You could try.
This one's going to turn and then go try to just like yank it.
Yeah,
Like just
absolutely.
try to cause damage to the front of that.
For sure. From your experience with the skitters, they have essentially like these large mandibles that work as like some kind of jaws. They're able to actuate and crush. And
Oh, okay,
you know
maybe not. I
that,
forgot about that.
yeah, and you would know that is where that flamethrower is centered. So it puts it right into the danger zone.
Yeah, that would make sense to put the asset in trouble. Okay. I think it's going to stay kind of like, it's going to hover up a little bit, 20 feet or so, but it's going to stay
Okay.
trying to plug that corner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or at
Does
least-
it want to attack the skitter itself?
Yeah, that's a
Perfect.
good point. Yeah.
Yep.
Ballista. 19 and 16.
19
on
and
the dice.
16. Absolutely.
So,
Both of those are going to hit because even with a 16 plus 4 gets you a dirty 20.
okay.
So,
Mangonel's the 5.
yes, sir.
8, 10, 18, 21, 27 points of damage from the mangonel.
27. Okay. Let me do the quick math. Okay.
Ballista was what damage? 3d8?
The ballista was 3d10.
3d10. So I still stand a chance. I guess I don't know what the threshold is yet.
So you're saying there's a chance.
15 points of damage on that one.
15. Okay. Very nice. That just breaks the threshold
Nice.
of. Ooh, no, the threshold for the score or for the skitters is actually 20.
Oh,
So
dang.
the ballista is unable to do any damage. It smashes into the skitter itself, but does not make any sort of impact against it. That is both scorpions doing their turn action there. That brings us back to the very top of the round. So we're going to continue to spread the fire. Bing bang. That means it is getting almost entirely through this entire building here. And then this one spreads even further. So you would know that these guys, even though they just entered, probably not in the best situation.
Yeah.
That brings us to you on the Wasp ships.
Let's see if we can try to do something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to sit right on top of him. over his
Absolutely.
head, and we're launching. So, up first is Ballista.
Yes, sir.
18.
18. I'm assuming you're hitting the runners?
Yeah, we're aiming ahead.
Yep, for sure.
So, Ballista, what would we just say, 3d10?
Yes.
Uh, 17 points of damage.
17 points of damage. Very nice.
The rifleman will also protect and attack. Oh, that's Karson. Nice, we can't do that. Oh, that's a 19. 23.
Absolutely.
2d8. 6 points of damage on the 2d8.
6 points of damage. Okay.
How bad does that one look?
Very bad.
Okay, so Karson will take us. You said I could change my pops.
Yep. Yeah. You have previously.
Okay. First one's a 13. Dang, so does that mean I could have been rolling separately for all 3 of my Eldritch Blast?
We haven't really been rolling it individual attacks, so I would just say it's like your collective attack. Either you hit with all of them or you miss with all of them.
Oh, okay.
Is the way we've been rolling them technically.
Well, that one
so
turn,
far.
that one turn you allowed me to roll for each one.
Oh, did I really?
Mm-hmm.
Screw it. Go for it.
No, you said it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I did.
Yeah. If that's the case, we'll just keep rolling that. If it's
Only when I split them, but then why would I not split them every time?
Yeah.
To get my chances up.
Sure.
That's a 22.
You are the main character. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah. 22 and a 19 to hit then.
22 and a 19.
On 2 and
Both of
3.
those are going to hit. How do you want to split those out?
How bad is it? I mean, what are we talking on this one? How is it?
Essentially,
back
is yeah, exactly. It's losing control, rapidly going to explode. You can see the arcane bursts are just kind of, and
I'll
lightning
throw
is arcing
We'll
all
throw
across
one
it.
and one then.
Okay, perfect.
So I just throw at each one.
Yep. Roll the first
D10.
dice for the skitter the runner that I
6.
have. Okay, perfect. That one explodes.
3 for the next one.
3. Okay, and then roll me 5d10 as that one explodes, and this one is in the blast radius there. You said you hit 5 or 3?
3 on that one. Not great. 16, 18 points of damage.
18. Hey, that's not terrible.
No, I had some 30s, so I had to have some type of balance.
Okay, excellent. That runner is not looking too hot at the current point.
Okay.
After the other one explodes right nearby, it kind of sends it off, careening on a different path there. That is your turn. On your movement, you only moved 1 square. Do you want to try to like stay paced over that skitter?
No, you know what? I can go. I was here, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
So if I go, and I'm holding like what 20-ish feet is what we said. So if I go 1, 2, I can get to the point where I can get above this corner at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
And protect myself from here
Yes.
and pretty much from here,
Mhm.
right? So yeah, I think we'll do that to where we, as we moved up, allowed the easy access down below, and then.
Okay.
And then I go, what the hell is Seamus doing here?
Yeah. As you are
Throw
peering
14
down,
more
yeah,
Eldritch Blasts.
you as you're throwing the Eldritch Blast down, you check in on what's going on in this ruckus.
Yeah, cluster.
And you see this very live, small figure dashing down the alleyway.
Okay.
And you would recognize him as Seamus. So
Shiny?
that ends your wasp turn. This wasp ship is going to continue to get away from this
For
mess
sure.
here. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, they
75.
have more than enough space. They won't have what is the rifle range? 100. Okay, cool. So the rifle and the ballista can both attack, but that would be it. Natural 1 on the ballista. The rifles are coming in with a 15 even, so they definitely get it taken care of. And then let's see what I can roll. 6 points of damage. I know, it really was. I rolled poorly on
Hey.
that.
That is exactly how it works every
So
time.
as they crest over this side of the Del Fuego building, they start aiming at that runner, taking it out, chipping it away at it. You can see it's beginning to arc, spark, throw that lightning all around it. It is the end of the wasp turn. Over to the runners themselves. This runner is... You see most everybody bails from it, but the one individual turns and 5, 10, in the worst way possible, careens straight into the side of that building, blows itself up. So that is going to take itself out.
Okay.
It was a mixture of loss of control as well as doing as much damage knowing that they have no future.
Sure.
They take themselves out. This one is really up the creek without a paddle. This guy was J turning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Traffic jam. I got that guy. This one.
Yep.
1, 2. J turns. 3. Because the whole J turn isn't exactly the smoothest action there. With the runners, roll 1d100 for me.
55.
55.
55.
Okay. They are, as they're running away, they are trying to pepper that scorpion, but they're unsuccessful with any kind of damage. They do a little bit of damage to their own runner, but it still is able to withstand the blast,
Good.
which is definitely good for the scorpion.
Yeah, good.
But with all that being said, it is to the enemy skitters. This skitter is going to, technically you're higher up, correct?
20-ish feet.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
I don't remember how tall the skitters were off the ground, weren't they?
They were right about 20.
Okay.
I think it was 15 feet exactly.
To the bottom.
I'm trying to remember now. I think it was 10 feet to the bottom, and they themselves are about like 10 to 15 feet. They were 15 feet tall because they have their own cargo space. So this would put them right in range with that, as they basically do, for all intents and purposes, a ram. That is going to miss. So as it rushes forward, this scorpion is able to just maneuver out of the way enough to avoid that. This skitter is going to turn the corner. And it's got a little bit more movement there. 1, 2, 3. What just happened? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oops, I'm moving everything when I did that. 1, 2. This guy is going to start turning, but it's obviously not going to have quite the radius to get where it wants to go. Ending the skitters and where they are at. Any potential damage they could do? Not necessarily. But from your prior experiencing, the flamethrower is a 60-foot cone, just so you know.
Okay.
But with that, the skitters are all taken care of, which goes to our boy Seamus himself. He goes and disappears within the building.
Okay.
That goes to your crew spread throughout the building. You have a small contingent that went within this building, and then you have several over here. So roll me another D100 for these guys.
It was almost 100. It's an 8.
An 8. Okay.
So close.
Wow, okay. This would be...
Is that good or
doing
bad?
Math.
Did you do a reverse?
The world may never know, but I will know.
But I could.
You could. Actually, you do catch the slight glimpse of a mass of people exiting out of this building in particular. A huge amount of people, bordering over 100,
Okay.
that are pouring out of this building from mostly this side. So you wouldn't see all 100 because they'd be coming out of the other exits as well. This group here, obviously doing their thing. What do you want this group inside the burning building to do?
Quick look. Anybody that they can immediately turn around. It's like we went in for, the first remaining seconds real quick as we got in there. If there's anybody we can pull out really quick, we'll do that, and then we'll go.
Okay. When they go in, I will let you decide what happens, but they see... I guess we'll just play it off as being inside the manor. You can see throughout it. I get it. There's going to be hallways, rooms, etc., etc. For all intents and purposes, when they spread throughout with this building, there is a small fighting force of harvesters in this front that are putting on their best stand that they possibly can. What do they do with the harvesters?
They just call out to say, "We're here to aid you. We're not here to harm you. The building's about to burn."
Roll a D20 for me. You can add Carson's charisma modifier.
That's funny. Logan.
Oh, you have a
Plus
negative
0.
charisma? Okay.
16 though.
At least it wasn't a negative. If it was negative, I would have felt really bad.
No, that's my wisdom.
My dumb brain was like, oh, you're a blood hunter with like the warlock class, sort of. And so I was like, you're charisma. You're not. You're intelligence. But good news is that is in their favor. So you guys are... I'm going to flip this into a different color to signify not only do you have your little contingent, but you gain some allies.
Cool.
We'll do pink.
Okay.
I'm going to just put both there so I kind of remember that not only do you have allies, but you also have them. Next turn, I'll allow them to exit.
Sure.
These guys in the alley, what are they doing? Full transparency. For their intents and purposes, they've got a skitter coming down.
Yeah,
they've got another skitter this way and another skitter that way. Okay,
retreating.
Perfect. We did 15,
Full retreat.
30.
And actually, it's probably going to end up
60.
being, they're going to actually probably full retreat into the buildings.
Into the buildings, okay.
Yeah, because the skitter's going to be full of individuals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rescues.
They can't quite to the doors
Yeah,
there.
no, that's
so
fine.
we'll just build a massive
Yeah,
pile
they're
up of about
filing
40
back.
people
Yeah.
here. They're using the rubble and the alleyway for cover in like a tactical retreat,
Yeah.
and they're covering the retreat of this mass exodus over here. You would know the skitter can definitely carry all these people, but it's going to very quickly begin to look like one of those, like, in my opinion, those nightmare scenarios on the trains where there's like people hanging outside.
Yeah.
You know, it's so full that people are literally shoving each other in,
Yeah.
and the doors barely close. That's what it's going to look like. People on top, people inside, people stuffed in the cargo. You guys did empty this out prior. The investigation from the two individuals,
Yes.
I know their names off the top of my head, but I
Weldon.
can't remember. Yeah. Whenever they had searched out the skitter, they had emptied it out. So whenever you took it, it was essentially free of everything except for the base skitter that
Yeah.
it was and the turret and some ammo supplies. So you guys would obviously come with your own supplies, but for the most part, it's empty. It can carry a lot of people.
You're saying we emptied it out, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Post.
you did.
Yeah. Torture room.
In
Yeah.
the while you were dealing with the vultures and everything.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
I just make sure.
That was happening.
Yeah. I mean, they would be smart enough to go, hey, this is it. Like, this is all we can take. So, I mean, if that's it, then we'd probably start putting people back into one of the buildings. The center building would be the safest. So people would be like back into there if we can.
For sure.
So,
let me think real quick and let me look at what I have drawn up for the skitter themselves, just so I can get a good guesstimate of how many people really cram themselves on there.
was it 10 by 10 or was it 20 by 20?
It was. Most of the carts are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 30 by 20. And
so
there's.
I'm going to raise a question.
Sure.
These are 15-foot alleys.
Yep.
So the 20-foot wide skitters going through it?
You're absolutely right. This one would not be able to. This alley is big
for
enough.
sure.
This one would not be able to. So we'll kind of just retcon that guy
Nothing
right there.
got happened.
Yeah,
so.
Really, you guys had harried it with some long range weapons, but they weren't successful in doing any damage.
Yeah.
This is my own bad.
You designed the buildings this way.
I did, yes. I specifically set the parameters, so you're 100% correct. Good catch. But that does mean
20 by 30 is a lot. So like those big cabins, you could hold quite a few people in.
you very well could.
Yeah.
On average, you'd be what, like 18, 19, 20, 21.
That's a 600 square foot room.
Yeah.
Like on the big ones. Like you can fit a lot of people in a 600 square foot room.
You could. Uncomfortably, sure, but
Well, I mean,
I don't think
even
they-
still, like, comfortably in a 600 square foot room, you could still probably put 40.
yeah,
And that's not even like, it's tight, but it's not, you're not squeezed.
yeah.
And that's a one cart.
That's very true. You are absolutely right. So I will say all of the people pouring out of these buildings 100% can get into the skitters themselves. So we will knock those. So not only is that your small contingent band, but we'll just reference these as the refugees,
Okay.
or the innocent people. We left off on your skitter's turn, right? And all your army? Okay,
Yeah, they just
perfect.
moved back. Yep, correct.
I just wanted to make sure I was picking up where I left off.
Yeah.
That takes us to the scorpions. This one is carrying.
Yeah, we're going.
Okay.
It's going up, up, up.
Oh, I hate you.
And we're sparking.
This
baby, we're
one
sparking.
was.
On its way up.
Yeah, it was. And so let's say
10
it's
feet
like
up,
about 30
we'll go on
feet.
a full 60. On.
Perfect. Okay.
I guess we don't have to go full
And-
60, so we'll go like 40 to 50.
Yeah, sure.
So right above the building, and we're just whee, boop.
Right
Yeah.
on top of the skitter, I would
Yeah,
assume.
doing another toss. We're like going up and angled.
Okay.
Going, try to aim between them.
Yeah, for sure. Roll me a d20.
Sure, love to. You got it. That's a 16, Captain.
A 16 captain. Absolutely. Roll me 5d10 if you wouldn't mind.
Yes, sir, Captain. 10, 20, 29,
Really?
34.
Golly. Okay. I like that kind of damage.
I really want a 40.
Yeah, no
It's not
kidding.
40 something, dude.
Let me do the math. You said 34?
34.
Goodness.
34 is the number that are giving.
And this one, that would be...
Gosh, I almost think it would be safe to think that these skitters are on a skeleton crew at this point. That more than likely it's just the 2 drivers and individuals on the turrets.
Based upon how many people are off of them, that's probably not a terrible assumption. Roll me a D100 real quick.
26. Pie door's close to me. Yep. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Excellent. That is one scorpion's turn. That was this one. Basically, you had gone up to 60 feet, dropped that one off. So we'll call this one 60 feet up in the air. This one was 20 feet. This one is at the top of the building. Just dropped off people. Next moves for those 2 scorpions. Scorpion 1 and 2.
Where did we have the extra river swept?
The river swept
We split them out, right?
There's 5 on the scorpions, so 1 in each for piloting, and there's 2 spares essentially. And then the other river swept are on the skitter, so 2 piloting plus 1 spare. Contemplating.
Yeah. Who do we say was in this? Zulu is over here.
Zulu's in the skitter, okay. Yeah. So those are random river swept.
They can go 6.
Yes.
Okay.
I like it. Cool.
This
guy.
Golly. He's going to come back this way.
Tactical retreat.
Yeah, it's like reverse Tokyo Drift into the gap here and then goes back forward.
Bing, 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 bing.
Yeah, he's just like going through the battlefield now, just racing.
How much movement did you just take?
6.
Okay.
I started here.
Yep. They have 30 feet of movement, so
only what, 5?
They would technically be able to do 4 total.
Oh, I asked you for 6 over there.
I'm sorry.
You confusion?
I did.
You confused us?
That is my fault. Okay. That is my fault. Okay. So they are retreating. They see the skitter that is making its way down the alley, the absolute cluster that has become the wreckage of this runner that takes up most of it and kind of choking out this portion right there. That would be pretty much their full action. You could release the Ballista and Mangonel from both of those at the same time.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just keep it simple.
So 2d20.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope on this one.
Okay.
Who's the other one you said?
This guy. So he could have hit this one or this one.
No,
this one would be
I don't
more
want to draw
feasible.
any attention.
Okay, I like that.
So I want him to stay like in that 50-foot range high.
Yeah.
So because he came from above the building, so I want to say I would imagine they lost him.
Yeah.
And then I want to do that, and so I guess he's still 50 feet high because he was at 10 feet picking him up, and then he went to 50, and then just let go. So yeah, he's hovering. Okay, so he's hovering at that 50-foot range. Okay.
Okay. Awesome.
Very good.
Back to the top. The buildings continue to burn.
Yeah.
Let it burn. Seamus is going to come this way. I'm going to put him in the middle of the ring.
What happened?
Yo.
Oh, my guys are down there.
They really wouldn't see anything happening either. So there's kind of truthfully, this
fair
is 100% on fire.
Yeah.
Would you mind expanding that for me by 5 feet? If we have to scoot these guys out of the way, we can.
Well.
But it's full of smoke. It's on fire. It's mass chaos. Your folks are just trying to get as many people out as they possibly can. So they don't know exactly what Seamus is up to.
Okay.
And neither do you. You don't know if he's helping or hindering.
Yep. That's what I'm afraid
of. Ending. No, that was the top of the round. I'm so sorry. The Wasp ships, which is you and Pizor.
I yelled to Pizor, "Get close and jump."
Onto what?
Jump.
Okay, he's watching your lead.
So I want that washer to move this way, and then when he jumps, I jump, and then I'm going to catch him. I'm going to bamf out my wings.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to fly us directly into the opening on this.
Sick.
On this one.
Absolutely. Okay. There is absolutely no issue getting to that location between the movement of the Wasp ships. You guys are able to basically join up on that corner. As soon as he gets to that corner, he leaps off the balcony, fully trusting you. I will have you just roll the general D20. You could add athletics or acrobatics check for you. Essentially like a grapple.
Okay.
I know that's not 2024 rules, but we doing what we want now.
21.
21. Okay, yeah, no, absolutely. You're able to scoop Pizor up, and almost like you've practiced this, even though this is 100% a spur of the moment movement. The two of you swoop into that gunnery position. There are 3 individuals that are actively working that turret, so you take them by surprise, but you're in it. What I will do is kind of just set off to the side here a 20 by 30 space.
Okay.
And so this will be outside of all of our combat.
Outside of
and this will actually be a 5 by 5 square. So if it's 20 by 30, this is the doors on either side. Don't ignore the fact that I can't draw a straight line. We now have
minis in the chat.
Pizor and you swooping in. I really wish I had grabbed other minis.
Are we doing 10 by... Are you doing 5 squares or 10-foot squares?
Yeah, golly, I'm so dumb. They're 5 by 5. I even said that.
Yeah, so I was going to say, it's definitely bigger.
I thought as soon as I placed you in there, I was like, that's pretty small.
Yeah.
So, that would be a 10-foot door. 5, 10.
You need to go down one even.
Am I? Okay, hold on.
Yeah, you need to start here.
20 foot wide.
Yeah.
Boom. That's 10. 10-foot door. That's 30.
Perfect.
Man,
Yeah.
I don't know why that was so hard for me.
That looks...
That was embarrassingly hard. The turret will be on this side.
Side we're going in on.
Yes, absolutely. So you guys are able to swoop in, drop each other off. Let's just say you come in. If there's a person standing right there.
If my roll was high enough that when I swooped in, I could have like released Pizor onto that side, I would have.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool.
You know, just like let him slide in.
And where do you want to go in that case?
If I could just like stop myself and go to the left side, I would.
Sure. Okay. I'll put you right back there. That makes the most sense to me. If that's okay.
Sure.
Cool. Okay. So you basically end up behind the person operating the gunner. There's 2 folks on either side over here basically helping aim, reload, feed the automatic turret.
Okay.
And then you drop Pizor off. You basically like chuck him in and then do a whole like swoop maneuver. I kind of think like what's his name? The Falcon from the Marvel movies. Yeah, exactly.
Sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are in the thick of it. That is your full turn for this time. Next initiative, when we get to it, you guys will actually be your initiatives, and we'll roll for the rest of those folks in there. Because you just had to complicate my combat, didn't you?
Well, I got to figure out something. There's a lot of skitters, so if I don't, there's no way I can do anything to them.
No, you're absolutely right.
With 400 HP.
Yeah. What directive do you want to leave the Wasp ships with?
Keep it going. I mean, like keep taking out runners. Like we're close. Just run them out.
Okay, for sure.
So,
They have
I
their
guess,
actions at that
yeah,
point, so I'll
they'll
roll
fly.
for Arifa, and
So that one will fly there, and then this one will just say kind of like flies here.
yeah.
So they've got their spacings.
Arifa is aiming at R4 there.
Okay.
That is going to the ballista hits. So the ballista is 3d10.
Oh my.
Okay, very well. With 16 points, I'm believing that takes it
R4,
out
yeah,
entirely.
5,
Okay,
yeah.
perfectly. Roll me 5d10
Oh,
while you're at it.
Sweet, I will do that first.
Ooh, Pizor's not on there anymore. I won't roll the d20 for Pizor. Now it's just the bullet damage. That misses.
Oh, this isn't going to be too bad. 15 plus 9 is 24, 31, 33 points of damage.
33 points of damage, dang.
I'm going to say, yeah, the ballista from Wasp 1 shot at that one as well. Actually, I'm going to say they both shoot regardless.
Sure.
And rifles, because they know that that's the last remaining. Well, I guess you would watch that one blow up, but double 9s. 15 on the ballista, 13 on the rifles.
Ballista hits.
Okay.
So roll 3d10.
You got a chance.
You rolled what on the rifles?
13. I rolled a 9 as well.
Yeah.
So 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. Okay, roll me 5d10. And then if you wouldn't mind flipping over R3 right there for me. It's a bit of a stretch.
Here we go. We got a 10, 20, 25, 29.
29 points of damage. Very nice.
Dang, that's what I'm in.
It is. Yeah, absolutely. So as you command them to continue their assault on the runners, there is a large as a lightning arcs and explodes out from the two runners that were directly behind that skitter, and you feel the entire skitter lurch just from the sheer explosion. Okay, all good, maintaining their concentration on piloting that. So that one is still in motion. That is the Wasp turns. The runners, luckily I'm really running out of these guys. There's two
Yeah.
left.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, so if you wouldn't mind scooting that guy 6 spaces around the corner.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that.
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely. Okay, perfect.
Love to see it.
They really don't have anybody aim at because there's no harvesters in that building, in that front side, harrying them. So they're just beat-feeting around the corner as best they can. Ending the runners is where we get into your initiative technically. So I don't want to get up and go get individuals here. So I'm just going to drop these guys off as the gunners.
Sure.
That are there. And then what I will have you do is I'm going to call this a surprise round because no way in any aspect were they anticipating. Mark me down for a natural 20, would you?
Okay.
No way were they anticipating an angel flying through their window.
Touched by an Angel, you know.
Exactly.
It's an old 90s show. You guys can go look up.
Truth be told, that one went over my head. I wouldn't
Touched
have
by an
known.
Angel.
Yeah.
Old CW show. Like super old.
Oh, goodness.
Maybe early 2000s. Probably not 90s, early 2000s.
Was it at least before, is it the quality of Arrow in their whole universe, or is it worse?
Arrow?
Yeah.
Like the show Arrow?
Yeah.
Totally different vibe, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's hard for me to judge that.
I don't know.
I'm
All
trying
CW shows really become the same
Yeah.
after a while.
No, you're not wrong.
Okay. These guys are well armored. They came for a fight. Each of them have rifles strapped to their backs,
Okay.
and then pistols on their hips as well.
I've got more beers strapped to my hands.
Absolutely. Strapped to your hands. Let me write some initiatives down. So, blue, stone, and rubber. And I never rolled an initiative for Pizor.
Would it be easier just for us to go at the same time to help your combat?
Yeah, we can do that.
Would that help you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like group initiative that one to where it's just like
just this entire thing where it's
Yeah.
just like an exchange. Yeah, sure. No,
simpler,
absolutely. I like that a
to where
lot
it's not
because
trying to
then
dance.
otherwise I'd have to split it. Like technically I'd have to split it out
Yeah.
by like one roll to 20, one roll to 8, one roll to 14.
Yeah.
That's annoying. I like your idea. So I'm going to give you and Pizor this surprise round to do whatever you need. So your first attacks are with advantage.
Say less.
Say less.
Definitely going to the gunny first.
Yeah.
And slide Warmbier off, grab it, and as I get that surprise, I mean, just in the small of his back. You know what I mean? That's an 18
Oh
plus.
no.
Yeah, that's going hard. That's a 29 to hit.
29 to hit.
Yeah.
That absolutely hits.
2d6.
29 is crazy.
What's crazy
Well
is when I
done.
have my wings out, I get an additional +4, so my automatic damage is plus 13. I don't have, obviously, my what's it called? Thing. So I didn't roll great, though. 4, so 17 points of damage on him.
17 points of damage on that fella there.
Mhm.
You said you're attacking the blue one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I walked up behind him 5 steps, and then small of his back, turn it down, and then his left leg kind of came back a little bit, and I just onto the back of his calf, like right behind his leg.
Absolutely.
Another 18 is high, so 27 to hit again.
Yeah, for sure.
7, 13, 20 points of damage on that one.
20 points of damage. So you did 37 points of damage in that turn?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
And then I will take, in that moment, as I landed, I always have like a corner of my hand axe out of its sheath, and I take my thumb across it, and I rake my thumb, cut it, and as the blood drips, as I swing Mormir off his calf, as it drags off the ground, and I across the handle, and as I just cross the handle, flames lick up the whole, radiant flames lick up the handle in this orange glow as the
Rite of Flame?
Rite of
Yes.
Flames cast. Oh, I took 8 points of damage.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, that's not.
Ouch. That's a deep cut on the thumb, man.
It is. I cut my whole thumb off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no.
And that's my action bonus action. So.
Okay.
Oh,
excellent.
give that guy 4 points HP back.
Oh, yes, I can.
I only do 4 additional on my first strike, or
Mm.
on my whichever first strike hits. But
An honest man. I appreciate it.
That's from the wings.
Okay. Excellent.
I should probably keep track of wings. This is still
Cool.
technically the first round for wings, right?
Yeah, absolutely it is. So as soon as you land, you smash into the back. He like collapses into the turret itself, and it kind of goes spinning from where he's at. You smash into his calf, and he falls down to the ground. He's barely holding on, and Pizor is going to reach out and water whip him. That is a D20 with advantage for the surprise round. Glad I have advantage because that was a 2, and this is a 10 for, what is my modifier here? A +9. That's good because their AC is an 18, so he just... Hey, so sorry about that. We had a few minor technical difficulties with our camera, so it quit recording right after Pizor's turn. Luckily for all of us, we just finished up that round. So this was initiative 12 that happened right here. So what happened was Pizor water whipped that guy that was at the gunnery, took him out, and then we went through the rest of the initiatives. The skitters kind of continued to move forward. This one skitter did set this building ablaze, and then the other ones kind of just started to relocate themselves that way. Seamus was doing something inside of that building. Nobody's sure quite yet what he's up to. And then Karson's crew, everybody had evacuated that was in the alley. Everybody is now on the skitter itself. It is a absolutely packed vehicle. Yeah, absolutely. There's no more room here. So these folks began to evacuate outside of that building. They got the attention of the Scorpions, which is the final initiative count here. So One scorpion continued to advance towards the abandoned skitters. This other scorpion then began to advance that way as well, managing to escape detection from these other skitters. And then this scorpion dropped down and is here to pick up the passengers that are about to come flooding out of that building there. And then that is where we called it. I tried to leave it on a cliffhanger, and instead, the camera hung us.
It did.
So,
Gotta love technology.
yeah.
Gotta love it.
But that is the full scope of what we lost with the little technical difficulties. So we apologize for those, but thank you for bearing with us. And that also means we're wrapping up this episode. We're going to have to finish up this combat next time on episode 60.
60.
So very excited to get to episode 60. That's a huge number right there. Wrapping up this combat and figuring out what exactly Karson has in store next. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for sticking through the technical difficulties. And with all that being said, please check the description. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Check out the socials that we have down there. Comment down below. And other than that,
Don't forget to come back next week for episode 60, where
Yeah.
Commander's Log comes out every single Wednesday at noon. And then we also produce an episode series we call The Long Rest, where we talk about all things D&D. I mean, at the current time, we're going over all the classes, soon to be subclasses, and more and more and more. That comes out on Saturdays at noon. So make sure you return, check those out. Other than that, we appreciate you, and thank you for sticking around this long. And sorry for technology being what it is. But without further ado, I think ultimately we'll see you next week.
see ya.